The tape looks calm, but it's holding on one thing: chips. The SPX is clinging to its weekly bull-bear line on semiconductor strength, with technology leading the movers, even as the Nasdaq quietly flashes a bearish moving average cross. So what's really holding this market up? We close on the best of best's top-ranked stock and ETF. SPX is holding just above its key weekly bull-bear line. Chip sector strength is doing the heavy lifting right now. But the Nasdaq just printed a bearish moving average cross, and there's a put wall with over $100 million in open interest stacked at a critical QQQ strike. VIX is in play too. That put zone has triggered waterfall selling before, when gamma flips negative. Clean trend, this is not. Macro parameters are contested. DXY is holding above its 100 pivot, as safe haven demand and oil-driven inflation keep the rate path split. The 30-year Treasury firmed back toward the top of its recent range, around 5.06%, but still shy of where it traded this spring. June payrolls came in at just 57,000, soft enough to feed both the rate cut case and the fiscal deficit story at the same time. TLT and IEF are splitting the difference on where rates go next. The energy picture today is a genuine tug-of-war. WTI crude is caught between a live Hormuz supply risk bid and a bearish crossover showing up on USOXOP. On the other hand, is flashing a technical buy signal near its pivot. The chart and the fundamental story are pointing in opposite directions here. And with oil up roughly 80% year to date, it's still a real inflation input into everything we covered in macro. XLE is sitting right in the middle of that pole. Safe haven demand is the bid keeping gold above its key regime pivot. GLD is reflecting that clearly. But the ceiling is real. A 65% probability of a September rate move, combined with a stronger dollar, is capping the upside. Silver and COPX are both mixed. No clean signal from either one. The metals readout is structurally supported, just range-bound for now. International markets are split. EFA is holding a strong buy technical posture, while the emerging markets are pivoting right near a key support level. Bank of Japan rate hike speculation is adding real pressure to the yen carry trade, and that makes Japan a sensitive read right now. Taiwan EWT showed up in the best of best filter today. We'll get into that in the ETF section. The international setup isn't broken, but it's not giving a clean direction either. Bitcoin caught a bounce today, up about 1.5%, and the short-term moving averages just flipped into a bullish cross. But the bigger picture readout tells a different story. The 50 is still below the 200, both pointing down, and the system's reading this as a counter-trend wave toward the 67 to 70,000 zone. Not a new trend. Ethereum's weekly chart is sitting on a death cross on top of it. Don't confuse the bounce with a regime change in crypto. 103 symbols ran through the best of best filter today, and the back end narrowed it down to a clean, ranked shortlist. When the system processes that many names and still gives you a clear order at the top, those names are worth your attention. Here's what made the cut. The sector leaderboard today. Industrials at number 1. XLI is your steady leader. Technology is number 2. And XLK was up over 2% on the session. That's the chip rebound story from the index section doing its work here. Real estate rounds out the top 3 with XLRE. 3 very different sectors sharing the top of the board. That's the rotation picture the system's been reading all day. The number 1 ranked ETF from today's best of best is EWT, the Taiwan ETF, up over 1% on the session. Taiwan's semiconductor and tech supply chain has been one of the quiet strengths in this market. And out of over 100 symbols through the filter, EWT landed at the top of the list. The SignalFinder Pro Viewer and the TradingView chart are both on screen. The setup speaks for itself. The top ranked stock from today's best of best is IBKR, Interactive Brokers, up about 2% on the session. Brokerage names tend to surface when trading volume and market activity are elevated, and that fits today's environment exactly. The system put it at number 1 out of over 100 symbols. The chart's on screen. Take a look at the structure. Here's the day's readout in one pass. It's a genuinely split signal. SPX is holding a key bull-bear line on chip strength, while the Nasdaq flashes a bearish moving average cross beneath the surface. Rates firmed but stayed contested, and Bitcoin's countertrend bounce doesn't change the bearish structure in crypto. Best of Best surfaced EWT as the top ETF and IBKR as the top stock out of 103 symbols. Verify both live in SignalFinder Pro before you draw any conclusions. And remember, this is educational, not financial advice. Do your own homework.